Hey everybody, welcome back to This Is the Police. In the last episodes, we got a big favour off the mayor. Like, we got everything we asked for. New officer, new detective, improved SWAT, and we got a rise. Or a raise. A rise in salary. The same thing. Which was pretty nice. And then we generally did okay. We've let Mr. Sands get away with a few things. Honestly, I should have probably stopped the last one because it was actually a brutal murder for 1k. That wasn't good value for me. I should have stopped that. But generally things are going okay. We are considering a substitution though from shift A to shift B. Because our shift B is just full of like, the all-stars. And its shift A really doesn't have a lot going for it. So we might do that in this episode. Anyway. Drug addiction in city increased by 38%. I wonder why. Rubavinovich, casino owner. We keep the nut jobs out. And Moonlight Soccer Stadium hosts concert in honor of City Day. I never look a gift horse in the mouth. I won't. Let's get back into things. I drank too much. I don't think I can hold it together today. Can I go home? Yeah, we're coming tomorrow. My brother went hiking into the woods and disappeared. I want to go help with the search. Can I have the day off? You can, because I'm actually going to substitute you. I need to take my car into the shop. Can you spare me today? Honestly, you were so honest about this. I'm going to. It's not completely insane. Something happens, like you went to come into work, the car's broken. You asked for a day off. Okay, I'll allow it. But we're going to make some big changes right now. I'm hoping that if I do it mid-shift, they won't just suddenly leave. That's my dream. Right, let's get some thinking music on. Formal complaint from the Labour Union. Please be informed that your employees have filed a formal complaint against you. We are gathering information, familiarizing ourselves with the circumstances of the case. I've shared all of my loot money with you guys. Anyway. I guess this is for not giving them enough free days. Right. What do I want to do? McCullough, I want to move into shift B. Do I still get to keep you for this shift? Yes, I do. You will have to do a double day, but deal with it. McDonald, you're going to go into shift B, which is why I didn't mind giving you the day off. Who else? Shano, come into shift B. I think I'll make you three move across. We have a lot of stripes in A actually, so I think we move Timson into A. Robert, you're going to come into A too. In fact, I'm going to select some of the people that are tired, and the Rota, you can come into A. It's not a big shift of stars here, like we've changed the 300 for like some 400s. The big one here though is McDonald and Shannon. Who's going to be replaced by a 730 basically, and then a 455. And then we're going to try and like babysit some people with shift A with like Florida Shaw and Purdy. And Coachy. They're all very solid officers. Out of interest. Okay. O'Sullivan was one of the people that failed that police academy thing. I didn't know again if we could fire her for that, but apparently not. Anyway, apologies to McCullough and Shano, you're going to have to do a double shift. I was considering moving Prado actually into shift B as well. And then moving one of the big hitters like Purdy into shift A. But we'll keep it as this for now. Right, an assault in the apartment house. Roberta Lynn was crying hysterically as she reported that a neighbour had spent the last few days constantly using a power drill. Beside himself over the constant noise, her husband Derek went to investigate. He and the neighbour quickly fell to blows, and Mrs. Lynn's husband received a stomach injury from the man's power drill. Derek Lynn was able to return home and lock the door, but the neighbour is currently breaking into the house and screaming like a lunatic. The frightened woman cried and pleaded onto the headset. There were rumours of men spending time in the dead house, and I'm afraid the rumours are true. That's not acceptable. Taylor? Power? Bailey? And Chin. This may not be the dentist, he probably isn't, but you cannot attack someone with a power drill. And stomach wounds, you know, some of the worst wounds you can get. I wouldn't want to be like stabbed or shot in like through the stomach. That's just going to be a painful, agonizing way to go. Oh, you need help. Okay, if you need help, Spain and Jorgensen. Right, Fleet Street, destruction of property. A woman witnessed students running into the telephone booths and tearing out the receivers. I think they're competing to see who can steal more of them. They put the receivers in the bags and ran away. Don't know what accent that was, it was just nothing. McCullough and Shano. Try and catch these guys. Jack, Port Security pulled a truck over and doesn't want to deal. We don't want any extra noise, so send your guys over and sort out the situation. Mr. Sands, this is getting difficult now. Everyone in Shift A is out and about doing something. Okay, destruction of property. Really good success rate we've had recently. I don't want to, like, you know, jinx it. But again, just success after success after success. A fight at the beach. What is going on with our beach? It needs so much cleaning up, and I mean in terms of, like, a crime sense right now. Right, hopefully I'm getting an officer back in time. That's as long as I can wait. A family walked out to the beach and noticed a few surfers were gathered near the water, aggressively arguing with each other. Look, they're about to fight. Will you go on your own? If I send the paddy wagon? Oh, you will. I will honestly send reinforcements. I will purposely save them. We literally need like one more second.
511 in progress.
Right, firefight at city centre. Numerous witnesses report that two big black SUVs are facing off in the centre of the city. Armed men exited the vehicles and started firing at each other. Okay, this is a SWAT team situation. Taylor, Powers, Bailey, Chin, Jorgensen, and Woodard. I think that's all I can spare, and the SWAT team. I'll leave Powers and O'Sullivan for the beach. Reinforcements.
1210 in progress.
Two girls on their way home from the club saw a creepy male figure standing in the doorway. We ran away quickly, but we're afraid he'll get someone else. I'm going to have to let that slide. Creepy individual is not enough information to go on. I would investigate it if I had time. They need reinforcements in the city centre. I have to refuse it.
511. We've got a situation here.
Offender caught, officers unharmed, civilians unharmed. Great work. Oh, we caught some guns as well. I don't want more guns in the street. I'm going to bring that to the police station. The police are having difficulties crossing the deep sand, and the surfers are already thrashing each other's boards. Take off your shoes and throw them at the offenders. Dude, don't break the boards. Or try to grab the surfers. Try and grab them. The surfers are covered in butter. Of course they are. They slip through the policeman's hands and escape into the water with their boards. Fire into the air and shout, nobody move. Guys, can you teach me how to surf? Or undress and go in after them?
311A complete.
We had to take a strong stance there. And since this has played out like this, I'll actually send Powers and O'Sullivan here now. You're very lucky. I think this is probably going to be a false alarm, but let's check it out.
10 in progress.
A shooting at the Freeburg High School. Get back as fast as possible. Shots rang out at school dance at the gym, and one of the teachers fell to the floor with a hole in his stomach. Panic descended as the crowd rushed to the exits. Nobody knows who fired the shot or what's going on, said one hysterical schoolgirl with a very deep voice who witnessed the shooting. Taylor, Spain, Bailey, Chin, Jorgensen, Woodard. Crime never sleeps, and neither do you guys. Get out there. 2 shootings in one day. Brutal. And I keep trying to clear guns off the streets as well. Right, the report to suspicious individual. It was an old mannequin. Of course it was. Right. Homicide at apartment house. Kenya Anderson was the one who called it in. There was an older man smoking out on the street and 2 young men walked up and asked for a cigarette. The man said he didn't smoke and a fight broke out. The old man managed to fend off these attackers until one of them pulled a knife and stuck the man in the chest. The perps disappeared behind the nearby green door. A red-headed hot dog seller tried to help him, but it was too late. McCurdy, Shadow, I only have your hands to spare right now. No, I have to refuse this. If you can't do it with all them plus the SWAT team, who can do it? You've actually done a fantastic job, though, Shift A. Powers and O'Sullivan are here to assist if we need to on the other case. Right, homicide, we got a new frame on. What is that? Is that a gun? So rather than a stick, it's a gun. Maybe. I'm still not seeing... Right, the tattoo... It's not on him, is it? She was ugly with a tattoo. I think we've not got the right frame still. I know new frames are found in the hit and run. We must be able to solve the hit and run, right? So we think it's Jeep now. So let's just say that this car just drives... Oh... I have no idea. Guy walks across a crosswalk or something. There's a car that follows him. There's a car there, he crosses, he gets hit, he dies. No. Like, I feel like I'm missing a frame still. A few onlookers have gathered around the crime scene. A red-haired man in white clothes is bent over the body and he's doing something with it. No. This was the hot dog seller. Did anyone see the attackers? A young woman runs up and said the attackers already fled. One of them she knew. It was her neighbour from apartment 207. Climb the fire escape. Break into the house through the huge rusty door. Or enter through the green door. Let's climb the fire escape. All the walls on the second floor are painted with strange symbols. Decorations converge around apartment 206. Break into 205. Break into 207. Shoot. Ah! I thought she said it was 207. Oh, please don't tell me. Oh my god. We just lost Shano as well. Okay. I don't get to choose that yet, but we need to hire someone for Shift B, because I was going to put Shano in Shift B. Rest in peace, Shano. I messed up there. So, did she say 205? Am I just actually mentally incapable of remembering things? We're going to declare him dead. I need the officers. Analyst. Most contraband passes through dockyard. Beat Busters Dance Studio organizes performance near Corn Monument. And beauty contestant breaks leg. She took the same two, literally. Oh, what was that, by the way? A chain is only as strong as its weakest link. Yes. Sure it is. Okay. We have 6 detectives right now because Vic is from Shift A is here. And we've made some substitutions. Let's see how everything plays out. Oh, I've got some new songs. Take a Walk. Nice. Cassette collection is getting bigger. Right. We have to hire someone for Shift B. Yes. In fact, we're way down an office on Shift B. You know what? I can't be picky. Elizabeth Fraser, enter Shift B. We should move someone else to Shift B, actually. I moved too many into Shift A. You know what? I'm going to leave it. I'm going to see if Shift B can deal with this. Please be informed the employee complaint against you is being passed along to the prosecutor for further investigation. Sure. Give me everything, please. Because I'm sort of relying on this to fill up a slot on this shift. So right, Shift B is no longer the dream team it once was. A middle school student locks herself in the chemistry teacher's office and is loudly threatening to mix herself a lethal cocktail and drink it. The teachers are afraid to break down the door and report the girls shown unstable behaviour in the past. According to one of the girls' classmates, I think someone broke her heart, but I don't know details. Okay, well this is serious enough that I'm going to send the Big Mac on it. Big Mac's really being like, their name is being dragged through the dirt right now. Partially my fault. Well, partially, I think, entirely my fault, but we're going to restore their reputation. Or we're going to fire McDonald, probably. That's probably the more likely outcome. He's just going to have enough of this shit, and he's just going to not come in one day, and that's it. He's done. Right, we stopped the suicide. Well done, Big Mac. Moving in the right direction. What investigations are going on right now? Arson, homicide. Can I put any more detectives on this? No, everyone is busy right now. Okay. Mafia assignment. We have something going down today at the pawn shop at 4:39. We don't want policemen crashing the party. 2K. Theft at the Everyday Mall. A saleswoman at a clothing store called to report theft. A girl exited the dressing room wearing 4 t-shirts and made quickly for the exit. The scanner at the store entrance sounded its alarm, but the thief managed to slip through and ran into the street. Sure. You know what, actually, I'm going to send Coachy and Feinberg. Max Feinberg. They can deal with this. A cashier started flirting with a customer, asking her to show her ID, or he wouldn't sell her a bottle of wine. He then called the police, insisting that it must be fake ID. She just couldn't be 35 years old. I'll give her 29 tops. Austin and Carbota. We're saving the big guns. It's kind of difficult to assume people's age. I've seen like pictures, you know, of people like in their 60s who look like they're in like their 30s or 40s. I've seen people who are in like their 20s who look like they're in their teens. They have something going down at St. John's Hospital at 6 as well. 500 bucks. Right. Okay, we caught the offender. Well done, Coaching Feinberg. The fraud. The ID was legitimate and not surprised. But yeah, sometimes people just don't look their age. I've seen like the opposite true as well. I've seen people in their 40s who look like they're in like their 60s. Armed robbery at the pawn shop. 3 armed men attempted to rob a pawn shop, but the security system was too much for them. The doors are locked and the assailants are trapped inside. They're threatening to kill the owner unless they're immediately released. You know what, Mr. Sands? I've done everything you said recently. 2K for murder. I'm not accepting it. And honestly, we'll see what goes on at St. John's Hospital. There's some stuff I can let go. Several hospital patients have complained that they've lost valuables and money. I'll let this slide. You know, I giveth and I taketh. Right, robbery at the Bank of Freiburg. A van approached the bank as it was closing. 3 masked men jumped out and quickly opened the door and disappeared inside. Witness Betty Davis immediately called the police. She thought the criminals might be armed, but she wasn't sure. Coachy, you're going to lead this case. And we will send SWAT with you. Busy day for Feinberg, who, by the way, was only 3 pips of, you know, his stamina meter. Jack, we don't know why you did it, but we hope you had a good reason. Don't forget who your friends are. We don't want any more trouble. Okay, we caught the offenders, officers unharmed. Big Mac reputation going up. Right, public indecency. Okay, Mr. Sands thanks me this time. The offender escaped. Ooh, I have to refuse this because I don't have anyone. I could retreat in one of these situations, but I'm not. By the way, I don't know if the officer who died earlier is going to count on that. Do you remember the investigator, or the journalist, sorry, who wanted a gay cop to die, or just a cop in general? I wonder if that counts towards that event, so maybe he's going to give me money. As I said, I didn't want to give him the satisfaction, but, you know, some things happen that you don't like. There's a couple of elderly men sitting on a bench in the park, playing strip poker. Of course they are. 5 people are already called in to file a complaint. I've never seen anything more disgusting in my life, said one Kathleen Bethune. Listen, why are you playing strip poker in a park? Play strip poker in your own time, in your own home. And admire each other's cocktail sausages in private. We don't want to do that in Desire Park. We don't have the desire to see your wieners.
Officer on scene. Looks like we have a situation here.
One man victoriously jumps to his feet, throws his cards down on the bench, turns his bare ass towards the playground and shouts, "Ha! I won!" Question. If you're playing strip poker, why have you removed your pants before your vest? I feel like you wanted to lose. Grab the suspect's clothing and run. No. Shield the body from the children's eye. No. Throw a coat on him and arrest him. That seems sensible. I mean, like the Simpsons vibes of, "Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?" Like, no, just tackle him to the ground and put clothes on him. No more frames in the homicide. And it popped up this time, so I think this means, idiot, you have the frames. Solve the case. Right. Brain power, get to max. Rehydrate. My brain cannot be functioning unless I drink some more of my lemony, limey water. All the clues are there. Someone banged on the door and my mother told me to hide under the bed and close my eyes and ears. And be as quiet as a mouse. I only heard muffled screams. When I got out from under the bed, I found my mother in blood and I called the police. Maybe this angle is just wrong. I don't think it is. Maybe he does murder her. A fatal blow was struck by a blunt object to the head. The killer was standing behind the victim, which kind of makes me like this frame on the right. In fact, it has to be this frame on the right then. This has to be right. Because he attacks from the front here for the brother, so it's not the brother. In which case, there's a question of this frame versus this frame, the two on the bottom right. We know this happens, so this is definitely a frame. I think this is... Or maybe this is the argument. So we know there's arguing, there's game playing. She was dead by this point, so this isn't the frame for him playing games when like the responding officers came in. Blunt object, no other signs of violence. I heard Fiona swearing at her brother. He'd come round again begging for money at her doorstep. Then she started yelling at her son. He always sits in there in front of the TV playing these stupid games until he burns blue. Then my phone rang and I talked with a friend. So, is it? So maybe he does leave. Maybe this is it. Because I think this is the woman in the background, maybe. So I think that's him leaving. So maybe it's this, and then he grabs the weapon. Ladies and gentlemen! Detective Andalone solves the case with also Mole and Wolf. John Kalis, the victim's son, he killed his mother because she made him stop playing video games. Real case of gamer rage there. What do you kill your mum for? Well, she stopped me playing Fortnite. It's like, oh, you psychopath. Anyway. Peter Andori rents an apartment in the ghetto where his nephew John Kalis is staying until his father returns from a business trip. We're going to send Big Mac. This is a surefire win for you. Right, arson. So this didn't give me the option for... Like, it didn't pull me into the menu. And nor did this one. Right, I think we still do have stuff missing there. So, Wolf. Go into the arson case. The hit and run, I've already got everyone. You know what? Davenport, you get in here. We're going to solve these cases. I think I'm missing frames still. I could be wrong. Maybe the hit and run, I do have everything. But something doesn't quite add up. Like the motorcycle stuff doesn't add up right now. Anyway, this is going to be the end of the day. And we caught the offender. Plus 20 the Mac. The Big Mac, sorry. Case closed. You arrest all suspects. Well done, Mole. Well done, Wolf. Perfect. Right, we're going to end the day.
Boyd.
I don't have much time, so listen close. We got him, Jack. The dentist is in our custody.
Ooh.
Wow. Congratulations, Ethan.
Well, to be honest, I'm not sure if it's our guy. But she's definitely the one who committed the murders in Freeburg. And it's a young woman.
Wait a second, did you...
A very large, very strong woman. What? Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jack. I gotta go. We've got a briefing. But, something's not right, Jack. Someone's leading us around by the nose. We'll talk later, okay?
I'd almost forgotten the feeling. The feeling you get when you stay on the sidelines during a major bust. But I don't think I'll be out of the game for long. Palmer had nothing to do with this. The dentist, whoever he is, was a gift box meant for me. It just got delivered to the wrong address. And I've got a hunch who packed the box.
Okay, I think I'm going to call it there for this episode then, because it looks like we're about to lead into something pretty major. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. We did get some of our substitutions through, so I'm hoping on the next cycle now, we're going to be in the perfect spot. We're also hopefully going to get another officer, which we'll put into Shift B to like add up their numbers. And we'll sort out the detectives and stuff after that. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next part. Goodbye.